Okay, in this video I'm going to take all those common arcs that we developed in the last video, and I'm going to put just the lowest fractional form on this list, and I'm going to kind of do it in a different order. I'm not just going to go from one to the other. So remember, we started here with 0, which is the same as 2 pi, and then let's jump over here and we're going to call this one pi, and then let's jump up here, and my arc thing is right in the way there, so I'm going to move over here and call this and write pi over 2, and then I'm going to jump down here and write 3 pi over 2. And then we did quarters, so that makes this one pi over 4, and that makes this one here 3 pi over 4, and that makes this one down here 5 pi over 4, and then this one over here 7 pi over 4. And then we did thirds, so that makes this one pi over 3, and this one makes this one 2 pi over 3, and that makes this one down here 4 pi over 3, and this one here 5 pi over 3. Then we did 6, so that makes this one pi over 6, and that makes this one over here, oops, that's an awful looking one, makes this one 5 pi over 6, makes this one 7 pi over 6, and this last one over here 11 pi over 6. And you can see where they come from by looking at those 3 individual circles that we did. Now, here's kind of a cool way to remember them. So I'm going to change my color a minute, and first of all, it's kind of easy, I think, to remember that this is 0 and 2 pi, that's good. This one's pi, that's pretty good. Pi over 2 is pretty good. 3 pi over 2 is pretty good also, so I'm going to kind of neglect that. So this is kind of the way I do it. I go to the first quadrant here, and I look at the denominator, and I've got a 6. And let's write it differently. I've got a 6 in the denominator, a 4, and a 3. And then if I jump over to quadrant 2, look at the denominators over here. 3, 4, 6. See how they're kind of mirror image? And then when I jump down here to the bottom and look at the denominators, 6, 4, 3, and then jump over to the last quadrant, look at the denominators, 3, 4, 6. See the pattern? So 6, 4, 3, 3, 4, 6, 6, 4, 3, 3, 4, 6. So it's easy to see the pattern there. Alright, now let me look at the numerators. So in the first quadrant, all these numerators are 1 pi's. If there's nothing in front of the pi, it's just a 1. That's how I remember that. Now let's go over to quadrant 2 and look at the numerator. Here's a 2. 2 is 1 less than 3. Here's a 3. 3 is 1 less than 4. Here's a 5. 5 is 1 less than 6. That's how I remember quadrant 2. Let's go down here to quadrant 3 and look at the numerator. 7 is 1 more than 6. 5 is 1 more than 4. And 4 is 1 more than 3. That's how I remember quadrant 3. And then when I go over here to quadrant 4, well, I think to myself, okay, this 2 pi in terms of 6, that's 12 pi over 6. And look here, 11 is 1 less than 12. And if I think of it in fourths, well, that would be 8 pi over fourths. And look here, 7 is 1 less than 8. Likewise, if it's in thirds, that would be 6 pi over 3, and 5 is 1 less than 6. So that's my way of memorizing the common arcs. And I can write that on paper probably 10 times faster than I can say it. So what you should do is you should print out several of these blanks and practice without notes. Practice duplicating all these common arcs on the blank unit circle until you're proficient at it.